Hi y'all, this is by Devin and I'm so glad that you have joined us again today. Remember, you can find unboxings, nail inspirations, and our crochet alongs here. If you like what you see, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Today I'm using Dip Queens. It is a UV changer called Serenade and it is gorgeous. So it's this beautiful pink color and it transitions into a more purpley color when you're out in the sun. It has a gorgeous gold flake, and in terms of ratio of flake to powder, I think that this ratio is perfect. It had a few bigger chunks of foil, and then the rest were kind of a really great medium. I didn't feel like I ended up with too big of pieces or that I had to break any up, but it did have a few bigger ones if you're looking to do any designs where you need a bigger piece of foil. So I was super happy with that. I did Serenade on my thumb, my middle finger, and my pinky, and it went on just wonderfully. I feel like UV and thermal changers often have a slightly different consistency, so if you are newer to dip powder, please don't avoid these amazing changers, but do know that the consistency is a little bit different. I think it's closer to like a powdered sugar, and that can make it a little bit more difficult to get that excess powder off. So just keep that in mind so you don't contaminate your liquids. It's definitely not something that is unique to Dip Queens. I've noticed in all of my thermal and UV changers, so just something to be mindful of. This dip went on so beautifully and it was really, really smooth. I almost didn't have to do any buffing and I just did 2 layers. I am dipping on my natural nails. So if you have been here for a minute, you know that that is not something that happens often. Although this summer I am keeping my left hand as my natural nails with a builder gel under them. So I'm kind of testing that out and doing press-ons on my right. So I did 2 layers and I'm going to go in now with my favorite KMG Clear as Day. And you can use Devon 15 to save there. And it is a perfect clear. It's not going to leave any cloudiness. And make sure that you do use your stiff brush though. Because as amazing as Clear as Day is, you do need that stiff brush at the end to get off the excess. So I just do 1 layer to protect my foils and to just give a little bit of extra because I did only do 2 layers, but it's on that builder gel. So the builder gel is almost like 2 or 3 layers of dip powder on its own. So now I've got my pointer and my ring finger and I'm going to add poppets from I Dipped That. It is a bright white and it glows, and I'm going to be putting 2 of my Nails in a Coffin decals over this poppets. So if you do not have a bright white in your collection, Poppets is a really great choice because it has that glow and it is excellent if you are doing decals. So you can do decals straight on your natural nail. You can also do decals on other colors, but white is going to be great because it's really going to help to make the decal just pop. And it's kind of fun because it's called Poppets. So those are available now from I Dipped That. Now I'm just going to activate Buff and Shape. You can see here I've already filled my little water dish for my decal, but that's because I got a little too excited and I totally forgot that I still needed to activate Buff and Shape before I could put on my decals. So there's no reason that this dip or that this little cup has water in it, except for that I got a little too excited. Because these are my natural nails, I do shape them before I do my top coat and all of those steps. And then here I'm going to go in with my decal. So I have started a new decal process. So I stick it in the water, and if it is a full coverage like this, I try not to get water on the top of it at all. So really the water is just there to make the paper more easy to come off. So I don't dunk it all the way. I have found for some reason with smaller decals that I do need to. I'm not sure what the difference is, but for the full coverage ones, I lay it in the water 15 seconds. I try to pull it out even before that. And then I pull the paper off of it and then get any excess water with my lint-free wipes. Then I've been using, my second part of my new process is I've been using the base coat from Clear Jelly Stamper, and I have to say I'm super impressed. I like it more than I like my sticky base coat from Maniology. I feel like the dry time for me is perfect. It is ready to put the decal on. I don't have to really wait very long, and so I've had a lot of luck. So if you are not looking to use gel or your dip liquids, which do require you to move a little bit faster for the dip liquids, I would definitely suggest trying the Clear Jelly Stamper base coat. You can use Devon 10 to save if you are looking for something new. Then I use my acetone pen here. You can see it. I forgot to fill it up, so I just dipped it into my acetone, which because of the way that the pen is, it just kind of sucks a little bit of acetone into it. It's a great hack if you forget to fill yours up like I do. And then I have this little silicone brush that I got also from Clear Jelly Stamper, and it was really great. I'd seen a few other people use them, and I loved that my finger wasn't sticking to the kind of sticky decal. And I felt like it gave me a better application. So I'm going to do it again. So you see here, I put it in. I didn't put the top in. It was just 15 seconds. And then I use my stamper to pull the paper off. Here I go in with that Clear Jelly Stamper base. Then I use the stamper to kind of get it on, but I still have time to kind of move it around. I did slice off the extra and put 2 little slices on the sides to make it more easy to lay down. And I used that little silicone brush to kind of press it down. And I felt like that worked really well. You can see there I'm going in to add those little slices to help it lay down. And I had a lot of success with this. So that is kind of how I've changed my process, changing to the Clear Jelly Stamper base coat, making those little cuts on the side. And then also I'm going to go in and add a layer of my Clear as Day from KMG. And these stayed on so nicely. They stayed for almost a whole week with peel base on. So I had no chipping. The decal wasn't coming off early. So yeah, it was really great. Actually, my thumb that had no decal was the first to pop with the peel base. And I do use my tweezers. I kind of go around and actually use them to puncture little tiny holes, almost like perforating it. And then because of the acetone, it kind of melts it, and then you're able to just very carefully still but pretty easily pull away the extra. So I did wipe them down with alcohol and then use my regular dip liquid base coat and then dip them in that clear. And then I just went in with my regular activator, used my stiff brush to get off any of the extra because I definitely didn't want a cloudy decal. And here I'm going in with my activator again for my second layer of activator, and I'm going to go in with my top coat on all 5, and it's just my regular dip liquid top coat. I use my Zebra Glitter and Nails dip liquids. So here we go. Here is that final top coat. So I do 2 layers. I do a quick 1, 2, 3 on all of the nails, trying hard not to touch my nails with the actual brush by getting a little dollop on the end of it. And then I go in almost immediately for that second coat. I don't wait for the first coat to dry. I find that this leads to a really high shine that's perfect for me. And here is the final look. I absolutely love it. I love the way that the gold foil looks. Here is a close-up of my thumb. You can see how pretty it is. And those nails in a coffin decals are so beautiful. Well, this was by Devon, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.